Hello everyone and welcome back to English Stories for Beginners. Today we practice the shadowing technique. Listen carefully, then repeat after me. Copy my voice, my speed, and my feeling. This helps your brain think in English, not translate. Our story is I Got Lost in Montreal. You will hear real travel English, simple direction phrases, and bilingual moments you can use in a real trip. Relax your shoulders. Breathe slowly. Repeat every line with me. Are you ready? Let's begin. Touchdown at Yule.
I landed at Montreal Trudeau Airport. The code is YUL. Cold air touched my face when the doors opened. I checked my notes on the phone. Hotel name, Old Montreal, Rue Saint-Paul. I felt excited and a little nervous. I followed the signs to arrivals. Green arrows, blue icons, baggage claim to the left. Ground transport straight ahead, I told myself. Keep it simple. One step at a time.
Choosing the ride.
Outside the terminal, buses and taxis waited in lines. A sign showed the 747 bus to downtown. Another sign pointed to taxis. I compared the options in my head. The bus was cheaper and went to the center. The taxi was faster but cost more. I wanted to travel like a local. I chose the 747. I looked for a ticket machine. I saw the word Opus, that is the transit card for Montreal. I bought a 24-hour pass and held it like a small victory.
First small mistake.
The bus arrived with warm air and soft seats. I tapped my card and heard a happy beep. The screen said Centerville, good, downtown. The bus moved along wide roads with snow at the edges. I watched the stop number on a small display, but the display showed only numbers, not street names. I guessed my stop when I saw bright buildings and a big church tower. I pressed the stop button. I stepped off with my suitcase. The bus doors closed and the street became quiet. I checked the map. I was still far from Old Montreal.
Bonjour. Hi.
Snow floated in small feathers. My breath made a white cloud in the air. A woman passed with a coffee and a scarf around her neck. I asked softly, "Excuse me, is Old Montreal this way?" She smiled and said, "Bonjour, hi." Her voice was warm and calm. "Not exactly," she said. "You're better near Barucham. Take the Metro Orange line. Get off at Place d'Armes." She pointed toward a blue M sign. I repeated the words to remember them. Orange line, Place d'Armes. I thanked her and walked toward the station.
Learning the metro map.
Inside the station, heat rose from the vents. I tapped the Opus card again, and the gate opened. A large map on the wall showed 3 colored lines: green, orange, blue. I traced my route with a finger from Barucham to Place d'Armes. Announcements came in French first, then English. I listened carefully to each name. I checked the platform sign twice. Direction Quai de Vertu. I stood near the door and repeated the stop names in my head.
Wrong branch, right attitude.
The train arrived with a soft rush of air. People stepped in and found their places. I held a pole and watched the lights above the door. One stop passed, then another. At Champ Domers, I thought, one more to Playstarms, but the next announcement was not my stop. I realized I was on the wrong branch. My stomach felt tight. I took a slow breath. I told myself, it's okay. Get off. Check the map. Try again.
Clear directions from a local.
I left the train and stood under the station sign. A student in a McGill hoodie waited with headphones around his neck. I said, "Hi, I think I'm lost. Old Montreal, Playstarms." He smiled. "Go back one stop, then change to the other side if needed." He pointed down the corridor. "Follow the arrows for View Montreal after you exit." He spoke slowly and clearly. I repeated his steps out loud to fix them in my memory. He gave a thumbs up. I thanked him and hurried to the correct platform.
Up to the blue light.
The train doors opened at Playstarms. I rode the escalator up with my suitcase, bumping on each step. Cold air swept over me as I reached the street. The square felt quiet and wide under a soft sky. Notre Dame Basilica stood in deep blue light like an evening in a painting. I listened to the gentle sound of distant bells. I checked my hotel address again. Rue St. Paul was nearby. I turned slowly to choose the right street. I felt close now, closer than before.
Cones and fences.
An orange fence blocked the sidewalk. A sign said detour. I followed a narrow lane between old stone walls. Street lamps made small golden circles on the snow. The map on my phone turned and turned and turned. The blue dot spun like a dancer. No signal for a moment. I paused and looked around. A bakery window glowed with warm light. Butter, sugar, and quiet music called me inside.
A paper map in two corners.
A bell rang above the bakery door. Heat and sweetness wrapped around me like a blanket. A man behind the counter looked up from a tray. "Bonsoir," he said. "Bonsoir," I answered. "Do you have a paper map?" He pulled a folded map from a drawer and smoothed it on the counter. He circled my hotel with a blue pen. "2 coins," he said, smiling. "2 corners, then right to Rue St. Paul." He wrote the steps in simple English. I took a breath and felt calm again.
Found at last.
The hotel door was short and wooden with a brass handle. A small sign hung above it, swinging gently in the wind. Inside, the lobby felt like a quiet living room. A fireplace cracked softly. The clerk greeted me with "Bonjour, hi." I gave my passport and my name. He handed me a key card and a city leaflet. "Breakfast at 8, he said. "Croissants, fruit, and coffee." My legs felt heavy, my heart felt light. I had arrived.
Night walk by the old port.
After a hot shower, I put on a warm hat and stepped out again. Snow fell in slow motion and softened every sound. A horse carriage rolled by with tiny bells that chimed like glass. I walked toward the old port and the big wheel turning near the river. Thin ice drew silver lines on the water. A couple took photos under a lamp and whispered in French. I stood still and let the cold air clear my mind. I said, "Thank you, Montreal, for letting me find my way tonight."
Morning plan. Simple steps.
Morning came with pale sunlight and quiet streets. In the breakfast room, a basket of croissants waited near a pot of coffee. I opened my notebook and wrote today's plan in clear steps. Mount Royal for the view. Mile End for bagels, Poutine for lunch, Sainte-Catherine Street for a walk. I underlined one sentence. Ask when unsure. Breathe when lost. Repeat the steps aloud.
Bus to the mountain, breath to the top.
I took a city bus toward the park. The driver greeted each rider with a nod. I watched the stop screen and pressed the button early. Ding! Snow crunched under my boots as I followed a path lined with bare trees. Breathe in, breathe out. The climb was slow and steady. At the lookout, the city opened like a giant map. Glass towers, a white river, a winter sky the color of steel. I stood quietly and felt proud of yesterday's small courage.
Bagels, fire, and friendly advice.
In Mile End, a bakery door opened to heat and the smell of toasted seeds. Long sticks carried rings of dough into a glowing oven. "Sesame, please," I said, and the bagel arrived hot in my hands. The crust was thin and shiny. The inside was soft and sweet. A woman beside me asked, "First time?" I nodded and smiled with a full mouth. She laughed and said, "You'll want another in an hour." I believed her. I saved the address in my phone.
Poutine, steam, and a short conversation.
For lunch, I found a small diner with foggy windows and wooden tables. Fries filled the plate. Cheese curds rested like white stones. Brown gravy flowed over everything. The curds squeaked gently when I bit them. The server asked, "How is it?" I said, "Comfort in a bowl." He laughed and said, "Welcome to Montreal." Outside, new snow began to fall again. Inside, time moved slowly and kindly.
Sainte-Catherine, music, and warm hands.
Sainte-Catherine Street sparkled with winter sails and bright signs. A guitarist played a slow song that floated above the traffic. I bought a hot chocolate and wrapped my hands around the cup. Heat climbed into my fingers and relaxed my shoulders. I checked my route back to the hotel. Metro 2 Place d'Armes Orange Line again. This time, my steps felt sure. This time, my mind felt clear.
Blue light and quiet voices.
Evening returned me to the square before the basilica. Blue light washed the stone like deep water. Inside, a choir practiced a slow hymn. I sat on a wooden pew and closed my eyes. I did not understand every word, but I understood the feeling of the voices. Steady, gentle, certain. I let the music cover my worries like a blanket.
Lessons from getting lost.
I learned that bilingual signs are not decorations. They are helpers standing on every corner. I learned to say bonjour, hi, and wait for the reply. I learned that maps are useful, but people are kinder than maps. I learned to slow down when my head runs fast. Left, right, back, one stop. Ask again. Repeat the steps out loud, and the street becomes friendly.
A smooth way back.
On my last morning, I packed slowly and checked my flight twice. I placed the Opus card in an easy pocket. I planned the 747 bus and the correct stop for the airport. I left the hotel early, before the streets grew busy. Snow fell like soft feathers and disappeared on my coat. At the bus stop, I felt calm in my chest. I knew where I stood. I knew where I was going. Montreal had taught me to ask, to listen, and to find my way back.
Great work today. You listened, repeated, and shadowed with me. This story shows that getting lost is not failure. It is training. You learn to ask clearly, to listen carefully, and to move step by step until the path appears. If you enjoyed this practice, please like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to English Stories for Beginners for more shadowing lessons. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Remember, one page, one story, one step. Your English will grow every day. Thank you for learning with me. See you in the next story.